So as you're each getting pulled away for interviews one by one with the Gossipon, Selma ends up looking to all of you, and her eyes seem to glow for a moment. You see, as my abilities I've shown you thus far largely suggest, she waves her cards around for a moment, I have some level of precognitive abilities. Although it's not taken quite seriously in most places in your world, as best I know. Here, my kind, though incredibly rare, are well known for being much more accurate and functional. You see, magic-wielding Digimon have a habit of doing said magic through directly tapping into the primordial code of the digital world. For myself and other such Terromon, our abilities are essentially reading the base code and how it is interacting with individuals to accurately predict where the code of the world is leading them. As such, I should be able to accurately predict the futures of each and every one of you, although I cannot give them in exact detail, only in the form of guidance.
I'll take it. I mean,
it's one
of those things that you have to interpret things, so...
It will take some time to get a proper read on each of you in order to complete your readings, but by later this afternoon, when we leave to head to the gear, I should be ready to provide your readings.
Thank you, man.
That offer given, she then turns to Nezu, or to Cheese. Now, my dear student, I believe...
Whoa! We didn't say we wanted that.
Shut up! I want it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Rowan and Cheese never said they wanted it.
And
well, if you don't, I suppose I can't force it on you, but as chosen, I'm certain it will be helpful. Regardless, you can decide later. Give yourself some time to think it over. But for now, I believe you also wanted to look over our notes so far regarding the gears.
Yep, that's what Stinky and Cheese are going to be doing. They're going to be going over the videos because, honestly, I think Cheese just doesn't really... I think it's more or less a whole sort of pride thing where it's like Cheese doesn't really want to listen to this. God, names are terrible.
Professor.
Lether?
Professor.
Professor.
Professor Selma.
Selma.
Selma, what was her full name? Selma Toricus.
Cheese doesn't want to listen to Selma, and I think Rowan is too proud to be like, I make my own destiny. While it's very cool for everyone else, I think they're not going to really take the tarot reading.
She leads Nezu into the cyan tent. Or wait, or into the red tent, where all the research is being kept. And into an opposite corner to where where Josie, the Gossipmon, has her little office. And in that corner desk, you can see that there's a lot of written notes and rubbings of the material that the gear is made of, and very, very many photos. And the list of symbols in there is vast. You can see that there's some of the ancients, there's some of the royal knights, there's a very surprisingly large number of appearances of the crests.
Do we know what the crests are?
Nezu would be the only one intimately familiar with them, but the other 3 sentient Digimon among the cast would be able to recognize them as important symbols with particular names and meanings, but not know the true scale of their power and importance. And some of them are also incredibly vague. The only ones that are commonly known tend to be courage, hope, and surprisingly enough, light and purity make appearances pretty often, but the others don't have many visible appearances in the forms of powerful Digimon or ancient architecture and such.
This one looks like a heart.
Well, did everyone else follow to take a look at this, or was it just Nezu going in?
I mean, I went in.
It's just no. You guys are. I thought you guys were staying for the readings.
No,
That's happening
Selma
later.
said that she needs time to prepare.
Oh,
Haley's gonna go in and treat it like a museum and talk to her son about, ooh, what does this look like? This looks like a fish hook. What do you think this is? She's treating it like a museum and doing the best she can, giving the best she
that
did her fish
symbol-
son.
that symbol
No.
actually is a fish hook. It was a denotion of ancient marine Digimon who primarily, fished. It was a
Oh.
symbol for fishermen.
Could you tell us more, please, sir? She's deliberately speaking to Cheese/Nezu and trying to get him to basically be a museum guide.
Nezu looks over his notes, looks at Hailey, looks at his notes, looks at Hailey, looks at his note, looks at Hailey, looks at his note, looks at Hailey. No. Walks away.
Okay, fair. She tried. You can. I guess I'll have to give my son bad advice then. Misinformation.
I do not care. Do I look like I care? No.
Selma just visibly facepalms. And this
I wonder
is
what is-
why academia gets a bad rap. Too many students who basically decide to gatekeep all the information.
I wonder what it
I'm
sounds
not-
like when you pile drive a mouse.
I refuse to be the bad guy in this situation, but I also refuse to fix it.
Do you know what that makes you?
I don't
Switzerland.
care.
I picks him up and drops him on his back. The fall guy.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, are you...
Yeah.
Does Jason manage to catch him for that, or are you going to contest with a speed roll?
Are you going?
I don't care. I don't care enough.
Okay, so Nezu is successfully picked up by Jason and immediately backdropped.
Wait.
Haley immediately goes wah 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 wah.
So the
I'm
mouse
going
has
to-
been suplexed.
I'm going to warn you. Once Jason finds out that you will do nothing to stop him from bothering you, he's going to bother you more.
Hey, if you're this far in the video, maybe consider leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing to the channel. And if you really want to help me out, consider following the link below to check out my book. I also do commissions, so feel free to contact me for that over any of my socials. Now, I'll let you get back to the video. Selma just takes a moment to help him up off the floor. It's like, you do somewhat deserve that. Still, there's plenty here for you to look over. Let me know when you've had your fill, and just be careful with all of the research materials and notes, please. I know you
Absolutely.
usually are, but can never be too careful.
Okay.
All right, now there are two characters named Selma that I love, which is quite funny.
Really, and who's the other?
Selma, the person who made her clothes.
Oh shit, I didn't realize I was reusing a name there.
That's
fucked
just a
up.
very popular name in the region.
Yeah, I fucked up there. Well, refer to her as Dr. Toricus then.
No.
No.
Anyway,
Don't refer to it as a fuck up. Just embrace it. People can
yeah.
have the same name. It's not a. If people can have the same name, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Still, so she leaves Nezu to look over the research notes as they wish. And she turns to look to everyone else. You're also free to explore as you wish, so long as you don't interfere with any of our research notes and tools. We'll be preparing a quick meal shortly before heading out to see the gear up close. It will be our third expedition out to it this week. We have been making a habit of trying to get out to it consistently to study each individual tooth of the cog.
Big as this cog.
So, that said, you're all largely left to your own devices, although Josie's first interview with Rowan ends, and she sends him off to meet with the rest of the group and calls for somebody else to come over and take his place. And what's Rowan got to say now that he's reuniting with Nedzu while he's in his element looking over these research notes?
Nothing. He sees a guy. Listen, he sees a guy in his. He sees Nedzu in his element. He sees him going over these notes, researching, doing his job with passion, and I don't think he wants to interrupt that. So I don't think Rowan says anything. I think Rowan.
Does he take any photos? Does he take any photos?
No.
Okay.
This is a private moment between them.
That's
There
fine.
doesn't need to be photos.
Fair
There
enough.
doesn't need to be a video. He's watching. He watches his partner actually doing something with a passion. Honestly, with Cheese, I think it was a sort of like a situation where it's like he started like doing this begrudgingly, but then as he got more and more into it, looking over their research, looking over their notes, going over their theories, discussing why those theories are bullshit and why they shouldn't listen to them, and why they should be kicked out of academia for it. He starts realizing why he loved this so much, why he kept doing this, why he basically pushed himself to get a doctorate despite the fact that that probably led to no actual job opportunities.
Yeah, well said. And there are some interesting results in the notes he's going over. It appears that the consistency at which the crests appear in their research so far is surprisingly even. All of them are showing up in it in seemingly equal numbers with, some dispersion here and there. It looks like the individual counts each time they go to take another look change here and there, but it all seems to average out to such a degree that you can accurately guess that by the time they've studied the full rotation of it, they'll have found all of them on there in equal amounts. Then there's the symbols of the elements, and they too appear to be there rather consistently. But there is one difference in which, although all of them are present and represented equally, some of them do seem to be written onto this particular gear in different scales for emphasis. There seems to be significant amounts of the crests of courage, hope, and purity. And for the elements, there is a considerable degree of light, a bit of darkness, some water, a tiny dash of ice. All of them are present, but there is indeed some emphasis.
I take note of that. I think he'll take note of that, but I don't know if he'll ever bring it up, or because I'm pretty sure I lost.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
So what's everyone else up to while Nezu's doing his research then?
I just vibing with Selma.
Art and Scratch are sitting around a giant tarot deck booklet and trying to scribble down notes.
Just to check, we're near water, right?
So your research camp you're in is at the top of a cliff with a rudimentary wooden elevator leading down to the beach.
Then, provided it's safe, Hailey's gonna go put Wahoo in his element and play with him.
Yeah, they have no issues with that. The camp manager, the Goblimon that greeted you when you arrived, gladly operates the elevator and gets you down there safely.
And Hailey is just playing with him, gets a ball, gets a rock, skipping stones, everything she could think of. Just kind of trying to enrich him and have fun.
All right. And what about Lucy and Rune?
They kind of just talking with Selma. They really like her whole aesthetic.
Literally chatting her up like, "Hey, mama, how's it going?"
No, like her fashion, her like what she writes about. If she has any books, like, oh, do you like books? Have you written a book before? Have you written some fanfic?
You're asking the head researcher in an archaeological dig and an investigation if she writes fanfic.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs
They
a hobby.
walk around with a pen and notebook around.
Oh, you mean you're talking about not Selma, but Josie, the gossip one.
Oh right, yes. Shit, my bad. Yeah, them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, after all of everybody's individual interviews, she has plenty of time to talk. And she does admit to, yes, writing a bit of fanfiction.
Let's go.
And what are Jason and Cap up to?
That's a good question. Well, first of all, they're going to go back to the campfire for now because Jason's a little overstimulated.
You gonna continue pissing in the campfire?
No, that was a boredom thing, not a stimulate. Cap's gonna be making some coffee, and Jason's gonna be fucking around with the coding on his Digivice. He really wants to try to figure out how to use it to its utmost maximum.
Yeah, as you're all killing time and enjoying the solace of the camp, you can see that the Gobblemon is actually the one at the fire cooking everyone's meal. Seems like this is the guy that was largely hired for this research station as the survivalist. He's the one that manages chopping the wood, keeping the fire going, cooking for everyone, because everybody else was too deep in academia to develop many life skills.
Well, since Jason's sitting there, he's kind of paying attention to him.
Was kind of just like observing.
He does indeed notice this, and although he seems the quiet type, he does eventually speak. So, Josen, huh? Never thought I'd get the chance to meet one of you.
Well, as a human from another world, never thought I'd get the chance to meet any of you, so similar boat.
Fair point. Fair point. Still, it's nice to see that some group at least knows how to get around all right. I can't tell you how many horror stories I've heard of Digimon that are thrown into big adventures like this one reason or another, and they don't even know how to feed themselves out here.
I mean, to be fair, one of our chosen Digimon is just straight up a fish.
Which means Wahoo's probably the best at feeding himself.
Well, he doesn't have to be now that he has you, now does he?
He lived quite a long time before I came around, so he's
Yeah,
definitely very good at his job.
Well, just seeing that you got Caprice here backing you, and yeah, I know who you are.
Caprice perks up just a bit, and he's like, huh, glad to see my reputation's finally preceding me again.
Your reputation took a bit of a hit after you disappeared, along with your whole team a while back, but, nah, you still got quite a few stories of you roaming around here and there. Though,
Yeah, Diane does that, though.
a lot of stories also had a habit of disappearing after the merger. You know, with all these worlds combined, people got a little too busy just trying to sort things out to keep telling stories.
That's what stories do, though. They fade over time.
Stories do. But look at you now. I don't think legends disappear so easy, eh?
She looks at herself for a moment and just cracks her neck a little bit and says, well, I ain't quite what I was, but you got it for me.
You were practically a legend to begin with, but now that you're this, now that you're chosen, Nah, you're a legend. I think people are gonna be telling stories about you until the heat death of this server.
Well, let's try to make sure that doesn't happen sooner rather than later.
Well, yeah, that's your whole point of being here, ain't it? I overheard you chumps talking about, what was it, a Needlegmon?
Yeah,
Something
one.
about him being living thermonuclear bullshit. Well, I'd say heat death is a little more accurate than I first thought. Still, when you're here, I'm feeling alright. I never really stress about much to begin with, although he turns and looks out to the east. Those gears, I don't know. Something about them don't feel right to me. It's like they're just not supposed to exist.
Yeah, they kind of give me the willies too. Especially considering during the little bits of research I've managed to do here and there, questions I've asked, I've heard about black gears and
He shudders for a moment. Oh,
so does Caprice.
Don't talk about those fucking things. They... Listen, there are several species of Digimon out there that the moment they pop up, you should want absolutely fucking nothing to do with them. Yeah. There's definitely some racism problems with that, even in this world, and I know you humans are familiar with that shit. But here, sometimes there are species that they don't come to exist unless there's something sick in the fucking head with them to begin with.
Their parameters are based on the amount of evil in their data.
Exactly.
Mm.
So if you ever see a Devimon, run. If you see one commanding those fucking gears, running ain't enough.
I look at Cap. Hey, when you're a Witchmon, do you think you could take a Devimon? Cap looks up at Jason. Probably, but I don't want to try.
I'm with her on this one. Probably maybe go toe-to-toe with the average Devi, but the big guys, the sorts that are able to command those things, just run. Well, I guess if you're a witch at the time, fly the fuck away.
Jason keeps his next thought to himself, but he really, really wants to get his hands on a black gear.
Oh god.
Not to use, to break down.
Fair, still. Dear god. Anyway, soon enough he ends up finishing the meal and starts ringing a bell to grab everyone's attention. As everybody starts gathering for it, you also notice one other member of the camp that you haven't met yet coming from the green tent. This one in particular is a Setmon.
How many Digimon are in this one camp?
Yes.
I'm out.
Just the four you've met now that this guy's come out.
Oh,
So this Setmon still has a tablet that they are frantically working with as they approach for their meal. They seem to be very, very engrossed in their work.
Hey, you got any games on your phone?
Hearing a new voice causes him to perk up and peek up from his tablet for a moment. Like, oh, humans. I suppose I should have seen that coming. No games on here. This is entirely for research.
That's okay, I wasn't being serious.
I would hope not. This is some rather important work going on, and you have some important work as well.
Well, there's none of it in front of me right now, so I can't really get to it.
A fair enough point. You can't be productive constantly either, as much as I would wish to. So,
Jason looks around to see where everyone else the hell is.
Mhm.
It's food time. I would expect my very hungry teammates to be showing up about now.
The smell of food finally hits Art and Scratch's noses, and they look up from the books and like immediately start scrambling over.
That's how I know they got ADHD. They didn't hear the bell, but food, nah.
Yeah. So as you all start gathering for your meal, it seems he made a rather hearty fish stew.
Oh God.
It's absolutely packed with fresh herbs and spices that he seems to have picked and dried himself. Overall, it is flavorful, filling, and there's plenty of it. But as you're all sitting down for your meal, Selma starts to look you all over with glowing eyes. I find it rather difficult to make my predictions for you. It feels as though the code of the digital world, of this digital world, has changed greatly since the merger. My abilities have been not quite as accurate. It has taken longer and longer for me to wield them. It is as though something within the base code of this server is resisting me. And that resistance makes finding predictions for beings as anomalous as yourselves far more difficult.
Art kind of chuckles and just says, I haven't exactly played nice with fate trying to drive me in any direction anyway, so I mean, yeah, that tracks.
She turns and stares Scratch right in the eyes. Well, that is quite ironic, because you are the first I managed to complete a prediction for.
She Scratch immediately kind of stammers, like, what do you mean?
It's quite funny how those who have the greatest habit of fighting fate are often those who are most directly tied to it.
Uncharacteristically, she looks a little unsure of herself. And a little bit nervous that something is going to be said that she'd much rather not have said.
She slowly uprights herself and reaches towards her core and pulls out 3 glowing cards, but you can only see the back of them for now. You see, when one consistently fights fate, the reasonings for doing so, the emotions that they draw upon for their path, those end up determining their fate through the ferocity with which they approach their own actions.
So, what did you find out about me?
She flicks the 3 cards into the air, they levitate, and she turns them. First, Judgment inverted. Second, 5 of Cups inverted. Third, 2 of Swords inverted. Mistakes have returned to haunt you, but there is no fault to be found. In you, in the source of your troubles, in anyone. It was simply going to be. For circumstances made it inevitable, no matter what choices were made. But salvation can indeed be found. Not in struggling as you already have, but in embracing the heart equally to the blade.
Scratch looks very noticeably taken aback and has a flash of recognition in her eye before she stands up and excuses herself to go sit by the ledge and think about things for a moment.
She nods in understanding and then turns to Artemis. You too have a similar disposition to your partner. Likely why you were paired together to begin with. You are quite the rebel, are you not?
I have a history.
So I can see. You need not tell me at all. It's written all over you. And the source code of the digital world can see it quite clearly, too. She draws 3 more cards. And flicks them to hover face forward. 7 of Wands, inverted. 10 of Wands, and 4 of Swords, inverted. There is much suffering and chaos to be seen ahead of you, as is to be expected of any chosen, but you yourself may take it much more personally. But no one person can possibly overcome it. Inspiration. Inspiration above all will be the key in surpassing it.
The Art's kind of cavalier attitude drops like a stone, and she has a look of not confusion or perplexed, but of grave understanding of what that could mean because of what had happened in her past. Thank you.
She nods solemnly.
I'll have to think on this.
Take your time. I know these sort of revelations cannot be easy, especially for those who live troubling lives. But in the end, I hope my words can be helpful. The issue with guidance such as this is often that it is very easily cast aside by those who are not ready for it. But as chosen, all of you must be ready to face the greatest of difficulties and challenges. If you are not prepared to accept guidance, no matter how difficult it may be, you will not be prepared for what is ahead of you.
I'll try my best to be ready this time.
Hopefully my guidance has helped you to be ready sooner. For all of you. I may not have predictions ready for the rest of you just yet, but I feel them coming. And soon enough, you all will be prepared, at least somewhat, for the trials to come. Now, I believe it is best we finish enjoying this meal before we take to the shores and hop in our little boat. It's not the best boat, but it's functional. And the Setmon immediately looks up from his tablet and just glares at her. I'm doing the best I can with the meager resources you brought here. Building an entire engine from scrap isn't easy, you know.
Maybe I can take a look at it. I mean, I don't
What
know
are you
much
gonna
about
do?
this. I've had to work on engines a lot in my life. And you have a junker dad like mine, you start to know your way around an engine or two.
You have a junker dad?
Had. He's dead.
Oh, damn, fuck.
You laughed at my dad being dead, Lamau.
What the fuck?
Well, I didn't laugh at it, but, you know, it was kind of a great delivery.
Thank you.
Sorry about your dad's death, but At least you're funny about it.
Okay, so
That's so funny I couldn't bring up my follow-up joke. Shit.
thanks for watching, guys, and please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Envoy of Kairos for many more videos, ranging from gameplay to speed paints, my original Pokemon region, game concepts, and much more. And do try to remember the words of Kairos. Embrace every opportunity to better yourself and the world. You never know when a leap of faith will change your life for the better. See you again soon.
Hi there, I'm Josie from the In the Code News, here to interview the new chosen Digidestineds and legendary partners. Oh, Scribbles, this is a treat. Let's start with something I know many are curious about. Last I heard of a human world's geography, the chosen were from a nation called Nihon. Where does your group come from?
We're from a country called America. It's currently stuck in the middle of a civil war between the human and mutant population. Mutants are humans born with an extraordinary thing called an X gene, which gives them extraordinary abilities or just makes them look really freaky and weird.
So you're all from America? Fascinating. However, I am sorry to hear that even in your world there is a war going on, Scribble. Next question. During the Civil War with the mutants, has anyone figured out the source of the mysterious X gene being natural or a variation of an X antibody?
Living as far south as I did, the war didn't really affect me too much, so I don't have much to say. I will say that it's interesting that it led to a monthly purge on the third Thursday of every month where laws no longer applied. My Uncle Keith went to the military base and pulled an F-22 Raptor off the lot and parked it in our backyard.
Oh, Scribble, I am intrigued the more I learn. What can you tell me about the military's F-22 Raptors? Are they as smart as owls and clean their claws, or only act when given a rider?
Yeah, I'd say they're about as smart as owls. Much better with riders, because otherwise they just kind of sit around doing nothing, especially whenever it's raining cats and dogs outside. Can't get them to do anything then.
Fascinating, Scribble. I now wish I could observe that for myself. Oops, sorry for my wandering thoughts there, Scribble. What can you tell me about the times it rains cats and dogs?
Oh, I love cats and dogs. I don't know if they fall from the sky, but God, I would love to take care of them all. It would be difficult though. Although I did have a cat, God, I think he was trying to kill us in our sleep, or maybe take over the world. I don't know. He was kind of weird like that. Still love him though. Maybe there's a movie about that somewhere.
Scribble, this will make some friends of mine happy to learn. Do the majority of the films from your Earth involve talking animals, along with humans and mutants?
Many films involve such topics. A famous series of films stem from the bar Disney, known for especially animated tales detailing a wide variety of cultures and technologies of various talking animal species. Another set of films regard various women of high status able to ignore aging while slumbering, talk to animals in the ocean, manipulate ice or plants, or can even move mountains.
Oh, Scribble, thank you all so much. I'm sure that this will be very informative for many on the server. I hope the next time we meet, we can have another fun interview, Scribble. Until then, be safe on your journey.